So in my last video, I talked a lot about how imperative I believe healing is. And so I wanted to give 5 tangible, real things that I have personally done and experienced that you can do too. No matter where you live, no matter where you are, these healing modalities are accessible to you, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. Of course, there's way more than 5, and so just let it be a catalyst to explore all of the different amazing options that are available to you. And a lot of these healings can also be done remotely. So you might find a healer that resonates with you that doesn't live in your area, but that does remote healing. And I can attest also to remote healing as very powerful too. So without further ado, let's get into the 5 different healing modalities that you can try. Number 1, not necessarily in order of importance or what you should do in any particular order. So get your natal birth chart reading. Get an astrological birth chart reading. You can start by doing that for free online. You can Google free birth chart, free natal birth chart. You can get a whole printout emailed to you of information about your unique blueprint, because nobody else has your natal birth chart. I do recommend actually going to a real astrologer that can do your birth reading and interpretations, and also connect it to the times that we're in now. Number 2, I said, get an energy healing. Go to a healer that specializes in the energy systems. That can be Reiki, reflexology, massage, cranial sacral, anyone who does chakra healing, and a lot of times many practitioners are certified and experienced in multiple areas. So you'll find that if you go and find a reflexologist in your area. I have a really good friend, Brita, who is a reflexologist here in my town, but she also does amazing energy healing. So it was very beneficial. So find someone that just resonates with you. Go by the picture, go by their description, just something draws you in, and go for it and experience it. There's really, what is the worst thing that could happen? You get to go and relax and chill and get energy healing. I would say in addition to that, please look into your chakra system. Please look into your meridian system. Please look into your auric fields. That's self-study that you can do on the internet. You can do that on YouTube. You can get tons and tons of books about it, and you can go to practitioners. So there's endless ways to do energy healing, and I highly recommend making energy healing a part of your daily practice. So that is running light through your energy systems. And there's multiple ways you can do that via the internet, or practitioners, or in your own spiritual quest for learning. So there's no restrictions on that, but I highly recommend it. And then number 3, okay. Please, 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 please get a shamanic healing from a shaman person who practices in your area. Also can be done remotely, but I can almost guarantee you, no matter where you live, there's a shaman. That probably was the biggest catalyst for the last 10 years of my life of self-healing and knowing myself and understanding my journey. Not only that, I did a whole year-long shamanic apprenticeship plus many years of self-practice and diving deeper into my own understanding. If shamanism is something that you would like to practice, just know that it's very empowering in that you are your own authority. So you tune in with the universe and nature and your spirit guides that have always been there to inform you about what your next steps are. And you know, it's a windy road, and it'll take you on a healing journey. That it definitely did for me. And just to clear up any misconceptions about shamanism, I'm not saying that you have to go do any kind of plant medicine. I'm not saying you shouldn't do any kind of plant medicine. I'm just saying that as far as my shamanism goes, I don't need any extra things to work with shamanism. I can, and I do, and I have done all my shamanic work completely sober, or completely without any mind-altering substances. And I truly and 100% believe that plant medicines are very powerful and very potent. And so use discernment. And use discernment in your practice and those in which you allow to work with your spirit guides. But don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. And then number 5 is, oh, whoops, I skipped one. So number 4 is a multifaceted therapist. So I had never done traditional therapy before, but I had been recommended by someone that I love and trust for a therapist in town that happened to live right down the street from me. But her way of doing therapy was so non-traditional. It isn't like you just go and talk through and that's all you do. We always did things, whether it be guided journeys or past life regression or working on ancestral DNA stuff. She's also does shamanism and energy healing and is tapped into a lot of different things. So for me, it worked because it was in alignment with something I needed. But start wherever you're at. I mean, I highly recommend finding someone that you can go to regularly, that takes insurance. Let's be realistic, here, like, someone that you can talk to and trust and that has your best interest in mind. On the other hand, if life coaching sounds more appealing to you because you want to be able to do action steps and you need a different approach, try that. And I feel like that's almost similar to the therapy that I'm talking about. I am not necessarily talking about going to a psychiatrist. I'm not talking about someone who administers any kinds of drugs. I'm talking about someone who helps you process in a way that gets you to where you need to be. At the same time, if you need a psychiatrist and you need, psychotropic drugs, that's your path. No judgment. Not putting that down and not judging anyone for that at all. That's not the purpose of this. It's not one is better than the other. I'm just telling you what has worked for me personally. And so then the last one that I have is look into getting an Akashic record reading, a psychic reading, or a channeled reading, or a combination of all of the above. Like I said, a lot of the practitioners will have multiple modalities available and multiple streams of information that they draw from. I've had all three Akashic reading that very specifically. This Akashic reader does intergalactic and focuses on people who are star seed beings in origin. And I did that after many astrological readings that I had, but one that focuses, there's a group and a website of people who do astrological readings specifically to see if you have markings in your natal chart that determine and confirm your starseed origins. So then later I did an Akashic reading with someone who focused on starseed people. And then I've had several readings from psychic channelers, clairvoyant channelers that also did energetic healing at the same time. And so those are just a few of the things that I have done. And I highly recommend having fun and exploring yourself and getting to know yourself. Always use discernment. Only takes what resonates with you. Allow yourself to time in between to integrate the information and to make changes in your life, because inevitably your life will change, and it may take time and you may not associate it with that healing, but I'm telling you, in retrospect, things definitely shift and change, and you can't you can't not connect it to you doing your healing and you growing and you evolving. So all right. That's enough for right now. Please let me know if there's anything else in particular that you would like me to focus on. I would love to make videos that you want, and also I'll continue to just be me and rant and rave when I when I feel called to do so. So thank you and many blessings.